All right, let's just jump right in, shall we? We're going to tackle a big, nagging question that I think haunts just about anyone with an ambitious idea. It's this feeling that maybe, just maybe, we're too late to the party.
I mean, have you ever felt this? You get this incredible spark, a brilliant idea for a new business, and then that little voice creeps in. Nope, it says, it's all been done, the world is full. Well, in this explainer, we're going to take that idea and completely flip it on its head. So, first off, let's talk about why we feel this way. I like to call it the myth of saturation. I mean, let's be honest. We live in a world that absolutely feels like it's run by giants, these massive global corporations that seem to be everywhere. From the coffee you drink to the shows you binge watch to the phone in your hand. It is so easy to look around and feel like every single territory has been claimed. Every flag has been planted. So you ask yourself, where on earth could I possibly find an opening? And this way of thinking leads to a very specific kind of anxiety, doesn't it? This belief that, all the good ideas are gone, that the big players have this unbreakable grip on everything, that it's just flat out too late to get in the game, and that even the tiniest little niches are already packed. It's a really powerful and frankly discouraging feeling. But what if that feeling, as real as it is actually based on a myth? What if the map we all have in our heads is, well, just wrong? Our source material points to a pretty surprising global truth. This one sentence from our source really gets to the heart of it. In the original French, it says, Il reste encore des contrats d'affaires à signer, même avec une présence mondiale. Now, what that translates to is this. There are still business contracts to be signed, even with a global presence. Just let that sink in for a second. This idea of unsigned contracts, that's our key. It's this beautiful metaphor for all the deals, all the clients, the markets, the needs that are still out there just waiting. The source is telling us the world is nowhere near full. In fact, it's absolutely filled with unclaimed opportunities. Okay, so the next logical question is why, right? If these opportunities are really out there, why haven't these giant global companies just gobbled them all up? Well, the answer lies in something we can call the giant's blind spot. Think about it like this. A giant corporation is like a massive supertanker. It has immense power, sure, but it's not agile. It has to focus its enormous resources on the mega markets, the places where it's going to get the biggest returns. And that focus, well, it leaves the smaller frontier markets relatively overlooked. They just can't steer that giant ship into every little port. And listen, this isn't just some theory. This is the reality on the ground. The source material says it explicitly. Even the most powerful, most successful business leaders in the entire world have not signed contracts in every single country. There are gaps, real, tangible gaps in the market. And this is where it all gets personal. The source material even uses the phrase pour toi, which means for you. This incredible global truth isn't just some abstract idea. It is your opportunity. This slide here illustrates the difference perfectly. The giant corporation is like a tank. It's powerful, yeah, but it's slow and clunky. They have to make generic stuff that appeals to billions. But you can be a speedboat. You can be agile, fast, and super focused. You don't need billions of customers. You can build a fantastic business by serving the very specific needs those giants just ignore. Their biggest weakness is actually your greatest strength. So, the most crucial takeaway here is this. Your biggest opportunities are not going to be found fighting the giants on their home turf. No way. They are in the places the giants aren't even looking. Those lesser-known countries and all those overlooked markets that are just hungry for solutions tailored to them. So what this all boils down to is a complete and total mindset shift. It's about taking that old, crowded, saturated map of the world that's in your head, crumpling it up, and redrawing it as a map of pure, wide-open opportunity. So here's your new perspective broken down into 3 steps. First, start seeing the gaps. See the world not as this full, conquered place, but as a beautiful patchwork of opportunities. Second, actively look for those overlooked markets, the places the giants think are too small to bother with. And third, and this is the most important, use your edge. Embrace your advantage as a smaller, faster, more nimble player who can serve those markets perfectly. Let's just circle back to that core idea one last time, because it's so important. No matter how saturated things might feel, the simple, empowering truth is this. There are still business contracts out there just waiting for someone to sign them. And that leaves us with one final, and I think pretty provocative question.
Forget all the noise, forget the giants, and forget the myth of the full world. The only thing that really matters now is this. What unsigned contract, what amazing, overlooked opportunity is out there waiting for you?